welcome to Facebook Live and Instagram Live. The sisters are in again. I'm Marnie Nir, expert coach at Handel Group. This is my sister Lauren Zander, co-founder and chairwoman of Handel Group. I don't even need a cheat sheet anymore.
Come on.
Thank you for sending your questions in. Remember, if I ask one of yours, you get $50 off of a private coaching session. So be on the lookout for that email, okay?
And sending questions live, because we like to know you're there and we like to hear what's happening right now.
Do they win prizes too?
They, of course.
You win prizes.
You even get to get your question to make you money. So if you send a good question, we're good.
$50 off of a private coaching session.
Come
That's
on.
right, Daisy.
If we have Daisy. That's right. That's right.
All right. Subject today is, given that the holidays are slowly, kind of quickly coming upon us, right? We've got the High Holies, we've got Halloween, we've got Thanksgiving, they're all coming. We thought we'd do Christmas. We thought we would do F, the holidays. And then F stands for family, food, and finances, right? Because all those F's come up with the festivities. Okay, so it's kind of a buffet of questions, ask anything. Or it's really ask anything. But it could start with an F, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Sometimes we have to figure out which F this was. All right. How do you help someone that's asking for help but still ruminating and repeating their story again and again, even after you've given loads of validation?
Okay. Personally, right, this happens all the time, right? Like there really are, like if I'm on the clock, someone could be telling me the same story over and over again. And you go, well, Lauren, what do you do about that even if you're getting paid to listen to that thing? And I'm like, I fire people. F for fire. So what is really true is that people haven't made decisions. They retell the same story over and over again to feel the feelings again, and they think if they retell the story and feel the feelings again and go through the, can you believe he did this? Can you believe she did this? Can you believe my boss did this? They repeat the story, and then they actually are pretty addicted to the feeling of betrayal. So first, just understand what you're witnessing isn't someone who just likes to tell the story over and over and over again. It's actually someone who's pretty unconscious or subconsciously lost in a feeling of betrayal, which usually means a haunting that isn't just the latest one, but a series of them, that this then touches truly an emotion that they have over and over and over and over and over again for years and years and years and years, right? So what I'm really saying is you're out of your league, right? Like, so you're not going to be able to help that person all that well. And if they keep repeating their story, you have a choice. So now I'm going to tee it up. First of all, you're not a coach. Or if you are, you do know how to resolve this. But if you're not a coach, and you're not going to do the Handel method, and don't practice this at home, what's really happening is loving your friend is just listening to them. Tell it again, Marnie. Tell it again. What happened? Oh, really? Okay, got it. Okay. Now you're going, Lauren, I can't hear it anymore. Okay, good. So now you can't hear it anymore. They're not in trouble for telling it again. You're admitting it just frustrates the shit out of you to hear it again and again and again and again, right? And so what you're admitting is, Marnie, I'm really sorry. I'm like this weirdo asshole who doesn't want to hear this story. Like, I hate him for you. I hate him for you. I hate that boss for you. You, right, like, so you talked about it for like an hour, and I can't, I want to, if you would do something about it, I'll hear it. Like, if you're going to tell the story one more time and you're going to do something, cool. But if you're not, you get like 10 minutes, or else I start foaming at the mouth and get crazy. So can you forgive me for being so upset about listening to this over and over again? I can't hear it one more time. It's me, not you. You want to tell it again, I understand. I'm supposed to be a really good friend. I'm not that, like something's wrong. I'm not willing to hear it again because I want you to make a different action and you're not. So you can't use up our dinner on this. You get 10 minutes. Negotiate with me? Can you forgive me? Can we talk about something else? Unless you're going to do something about it differently and really make a promise you're going to keep. Otherwise, I'm not listening to this again. He's a jerk. We know. Uh-huh. What do you got?
I don't have much more than that. You know, it's, we have in Inner You, there's a how to have a hard conversation. There's an entire module on how to do that. And that's what Lauren just had with me about my sad story, which created the whole context for it, acknowledged everything and owned her part in not wanting to listen anymore. So we really have that for you of how do you go have a hard conversation with your friend, coming from a place of, you know, loving them and wanting them to get the fuck over this soon, right? Because they're not happy and you're going crazy.
Yes, and then that person really does need to do some deep work. If someone's still having the same drama over and over again in a way that's really hurting them, their kid, their boss, their partner, their best friend, like money, like this, like if anything's repeating, they need deep work in what I would call hauntings. And so that person's haunted, so you don't have to take it so personally, right? They're doing the best they can, they really are, and you should really just admit you're over it. You can't take it.
Right.
What else we got?
Yes, and it also helps to like find, if you ever did that, like where to find compassion is what story do I tell, or do I complain about my weight over and over and over again? Like, do I have any of those? Because usually if it's a family member or friend, you could probably find a similar story. So it'll just get you in your heart when you have the shut up conversation.
Yes.
Okay. All right, here's an F for food. I'm extremely unhappy with my body. It's inhibited me in social situations because I feel I'm too fat and awkward.
Yeah.
What can I do? That is even after losing a lot of weight, 20 kilograms. I still look chubby. though. So he's lost, 44 pounds.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I help people lose 100 pounds, 50 pounds, 80 pounds. I think the most I've ever helped someone lose is like 100 and little bit over 100 pounds, right? And so you're saying you're at 44 pounds. What you're really saying is I have 20 to go. So first just or 30 to go, right? Like there really is the number that you need to get to so you feel proud of yourself, okay? And however you're already doing that, it's working. I love our coaching method for losing weight, which is we take Dr. Mark Hyman's diet principles, and then we add personal integrity, which is an ability to really make a promise and keep your promise, even if you're adding 5 bites a day of, and I don't mean a half a spoonful of ice cream is a bite. I mean like a half a French fry is a bite. Like, so one French fry is 2 bites and you get an extra, like 3 bites of junk. Like we create a way to keep your promises and really learn how to take over your mind and have personal integrity with your body. Okay, so keep going and really admit you're not done yet and that you're in a long project till you get to within the 5-pound range of your happiest weight ever. What's the question? Anything else about that other than keep going?
Just it's inhibited me in social situations.
Here's the other thing I would just say is many people, like even the skinniest people, Marnie, how do we feel? Are we really happy with our bodies? Yeah. Have we gotten there yet?
The work in progress.
Right. So the only other funny bad joke I can tell you that you really do need like a piece of gum you're going to keep in your mouth for the rest of your life and chew, which is no one's happy in their bodies. No one's nice in that voice in their head, right? And the weirder part that I explain to people, which is a bit of a catch-22. I'm working on catch-22. It's my new favorite concept. But here's the catch-22 with the body. The day you make your weight, you're in a new dilemma, which is how to love yourself. So there really is this truth that until you're at your goal weight, you have every right to be pissed at yourself. Like somehow or other that's valid. Like, so until you're out of debt, it works in all subjects, right? In all areas of life. Until you're out of debt, you're going to feel screwed up about how you are about money, right? And okay, and the day you're out of debt, do you feel rich and free and liberated? Like you don't have to manage your money anymore? No. On the day you're on your goal weight, are you going to feel as sexy as fuck and happy about your body? Maybe not. Because the voice in your head really is not into loving you if it's not. Because it certainly can start to love you now as you're losing the weight and doing well. And so the ability to take over your inner dialogue and start to make it say what you want it to say versus what it's entitled to say or how it sounds like my mother, right? Is like it's all an inner head job. So you're not getting out of it, but you're doing great. And then please understand that no one's happy in their body. As you walk around going, I'm unhappy in my body, and you see like even the model over there, yeah, she's not happy in her body either. I know that's hard to believe,
It's true.
but I think one of the tickets onto planet Earth is to thy own self-loathe.
Me too.
Beat you. To thy own self, beat a dick.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then the real sport is how to love yourself. Okay, so you might want to really, if you're doing Inner You or you have a coach because you're connected to us, you really want to start working on that inner dialogue, because if you really lost 44 pounds and you're being in integrity, you deserve to be proud of yourself today, and that voice has no right to bash you anymore.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add to that. Nothing. What she said.
To thy own self-loathe.
It's very
Fuck
true.
you.
It's very true.
Okay.
Any divorced couple holiday tips? My ex-husband and I have tried to have Christmas together, awkward, and do it separately, sad, FOMO. How do we get it right?
You give notes from what was awkward and you keep fixing it every year, actually. So you have a meeting now and go, I really want to get us good at what would be ideal. And you make a list like, this is what was awkward for me. You really go to how to have a hard conversation, and you really make a laundry list of what worked, that was great, what sucked, that was awkward, and then what you guys are going to do to fix it. And I would say you'll get Christmas right? That's awesome that you are going for that. And I think it's worth it for the kids and for you to keep fighting for greatness in the area of holidays not being divide and conquer, actually.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think the only thing I'd add is you really have a dream of how you want the holidays to be, right? So it didn't work out, but I bet you didn't write it out of how you have a dream and then have your ex write out what his or her dream is, and then have a powwow of, this is my dream, what's your dream? Oh fuck, here's where we fucked up. Here's the list. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Right, if your dream is for me to be really happy and really nice to who you're dating now and I wasn't, right? So you're finding out there is a dream, and that's the gap that you're living in the upset of it didn't happen. So get clear about what your dream is. Like imagine Christmas, next Christmas or this coming Christmas, and write your dream as if it already happened, and have your ex do the same and compare notes.
And then if he is like, write a dream, like he's that guy, you would not write it. You would write it for him in the language he can hear it in. Like I was really proud of our last attempt. Acknowledge him. And then, and I think what we accomplished was we got to be together. The kids got to be like what worked. And then go, what I really am hoping for is that and then fill in the blank. This time, would you be willing to, can I buy you dinner and we'll discuss how to make it really work this time? So you go over all the lines and make it possible with him and do all the heavy lifting. And all he really has to do is show up and not be awkward about whatever you said he was awkward about or you were awkward about because you addressed it at the dinner or in what you didn't step over this time, so next time can be better. Okay?
Yeah, take it on as
It's
You
so
beat the
worth
boss
it.
of it. That is awesome.
It's really worth it. Armin, Beth's ex, gets to come to all the holidays, and we love him very much, right? And it's way past anything awkward, and it's worth it for the kids, and it's even worth it for you.
Yeah, we're busy fixing him up.
Anybody want to date Armin? Beth's ex.
Oh, we should post. Yeah, so much room. He's very hot.
Beth's on too. She's
Beth's on.
Right,
Post a picture. Beth, show. It's up at, he can make it to New York, girls, and he's definitely looking for a really good
that
friend
is
with
so
benefits, and he's very handsome, and he's a good man. Trainer, come on.
Hit a new level.
We're whoring.
We are.
Ladies, we apologize. That
It's
was
all
offended
cute, but
you,
he's
but
cute.
who doesn't want a true toy?
He's completely
He's a
cute.
very
Your
cute
kids
true
need to
toy.
be grown though. That's just an FYI. There
Yeah.
you go. All right.
Where'd we go?
I
I flustered.
There we go. Whew. All right, back to PC. Okay.
Because that's what we are.
All right, let's go to this one. Drinking is a big holiday activity
Yes.
for my family,
Yes.
but it seems like there's always an alcohol-related blow-up or meltdown. How can we keep ourselves under control while still having a good time?
This is another announcement, right? Like there really is make the rounds to everyone. Like I really want to ensure we have a great holiday. And so what I was thinking, I thought about the last 3 holidays, and it seems there are subjects that blow us out of proportion, and there's too many cocktails that blow us out of proportion. So really, you guys, the truth is it's the subjects while intoxicated. So if you've made subjects not on the table or available once intoxicated, you probably could stay good and drunk. What do you think of that? I think it's the subjects that come up when people get drunk, or the jokes that people make that aren't that funny, and it has that poisonous truth in it. So I think you have to really isolate what the fights were, because you'll find out, I bet, that they're subjects, right? And it could just be politics or sports, and then people get out of hand, and then, or someone said something about why aren't you married yet, or where's your kid, or and then it gets like a retaliation. So if you can isolate the conversations, and you can make your rounds to the fighters, or the people who are likely to go overboard, you would go, Uncle David, hey, I really want to have a great, we were so close, and sometimes we have great ones, sometimes we don't have great ones, right? And what I've noticed is there's a little too much cocktails. Obviously, we're going to be drinking. It's holidays. But let's stay away from these subjects or too much booze, because this ends up happening. I think if you put a warning label and you just put it on the person who deserves it, that will keep the dog down, right? They'll actually be more present. And the subject, you don't have to manage it the night of. I think if you warn, I think if I warn someone about what they fight about without it being insulting, but that I'm really trying to cater to a good time, they'll manage their head. They'll even be like, see, I didn't even say anything when it came up. Right, so it'll be in the narrative. So I would do it that way, which is scout, figure out what hasn't worked, and do individual conversations with all the people that are likely to over party and get in fights.
Wow.
What?
No, I think that's good. I was in my head I had you'd make an announcement at the party before of, hey, these things are off limits, but someone's going to get hurt or something like that.
I think it's embarrassing,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think it's fun to collude positively, I really want to have a good Christmas, and I love you, and I know
Right.
sometimes when you and Uncle Susan, Aunt Susan,
Right.
Aunt Sue, hi Aunt Sue,
Could be.
doubtful, Aunt Sue, right, when you two talk about this, it goes a little haywire.
Right.
She's had too much to drink, you've had too
Right.
much to drink. I think if you get everybody in on it, they then fight for the yay. How do we do? Make a team.
Cool.
And don't go for people's booze. This is not your moment.
Right.
No.
Yeah. It's
Though
really
even
good.
mentioning it is getting people to get your counting, which also is good.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes if my brother and my father are at the table, like politics is just, it doesn't even have anything to do with drinking, but it just doesn't get nicer.
Yeah, they suck.
It's bad.
They suck.
It's bad. So,
Florida meets New York.
it's bad. Yes. So we keep that off, or we stop it in midstream. Once it starts, we stop it really quick.
And then the other thing would be is have a sense of humor. If shit goes haywire, feel entitled to be funny. Everyone, it's a timeout. Like, be hysterical. Go for comedy. Don't go for you people are ruining my like, go for funny moment. And stop the action and go, Uncle, come with me. I have a cookie for you. Yes, come get a cookie. Come on, everybody. Right, like be allowed to take over the room too. Okay, like someone be in charge of that room going off. Like you can stop an off right in its tracks if you'll get loud and funny, not mean.
Yeah, and do it quickly. Woo! Do it quickly. Get in, out, quick.
Right? You could blow a whistle, you could bang a pan, you could be as funny as you can. Sweet. Okay, good.
Okay, which one do I want? Alright, this one's a little cute.
Right.
I am more of a magic candy trick-or-treating Halloween girl, while my boyfriend is more of a horror, haunted houses, slasher movie Halloween guy. Is there a way for us to compromise and have fun together without me peeing myself at a haunted house and him falling asleep watching Hocus Pocus?
No. I'm sorry. You're in a lot of trouble because that's really very different. So one, it's very cute that it's very different. And what you can do is barter. Like, I'll come with you to a haunted house and I'll be freaked out and scared if you watch Hocus Pocus with me. Like, you can, like, I'll give you this if you give me that, or you go have a ball, I'll go have a ball. So you either divide and conquer, or you make a trade. Or you could go 1 year for 1 year. Like, he takes you, he has you, and you have to be great, and then the next year you have him and he has to be great. Those are all your options. There you go. So it's adorable. And then you should talk about it because it's very cute. And
it's adorable. And just bring your candy to the horror film. Just play. It's trick. We do barters, right? Or we send them on their merry way and then meet them back at the house later.
Right.
All right, cool. We're wrapping up. We got the sign to wrap up. So thank you. Keep sending your questions in. Interview that we've been talking about that we love and we are going to be plugging till this whole planet is healed.
Yes. We have many to go.
Right. We have a coupon code for you that will be in the comments for Facebook and in the bio for Instagram. Sisters Are In. It'll be $75 off of interview. Go check it out. It's Lauren's entire life's work in 12 sessions. It rocks. It'll take you through the whole method, from dream writing to how to have a hard conversation to laundry list to everything we talked about here. So go check it out and sign up. And if you get in with Sisters Are In, you're in Lori Gerber's masterclass that starts October 24th. You don't want to miss it. She's going to walk you through it once a month for 6 months. Did I miss anything else?
You get a buddy, you get a promise tracker, which means you meet people in that masterclass. There's like 30 or 40 of you, adorable little faces. You all can say hello to each other. It's really good networking. It's really good social. It's fun. Given how real it is to make changes in your life, it's a really good structure. Yeah. To get a buddy for all this, to lose your last 20 pounds. You want a buddy for that, and you want a promise tracker for that. So go check it out. Thank you. We'll see you next time.